everybody, it's your girl Aisha and I am back with another video. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome, and if you've been rocking with me, welcome back. Today kicks off the budget series, y'all, and I am excited. I decided to go ahead and hop on here and share my how to travel on a budget, travel tips, things that I've researched that I didn't even know, just to help you guys if you're planning international or domestic travel, and just some hints and travel tips, okay? So if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button before anything else. And I just want to give a little disclaimer that I am not a travel diva. I have not traveled the world yet. But yeah, this is just going to be some personal things that I have found helpful and useful, in hopes that you guys can get your money right, plan ahead, and budget accordingly whenever you're trying to travel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Y'all, Google Flights is my best friend, and it's my #1 recommendation. Any destination you're trying to go to, Google Flights is my go-to. The interface is super easy to use and it's very user-friendly, just for the simple fact that it pops up the calendar and it literally lets you know the amounts on each date. So you can flex your travel dates. If you want to do like a one-day trip, like it alters automatically based on your travel dates. So I think Google Flights is very helpful, though on the downside, it doesn't really, it doesn't really show every airline, I guess. Yeah, I've noticed like with Southwest, it always has the prices unavailable. JetBlue is one that I don't typically see, at least for the destinations that I've tried. But Google Flights is very, very helpful. Very, very helpful, guys. And aside from that, Expedia, OG Expedia, like if you're looking to travel, that is a definite tip and site that I would recommend. Also SkyScanner. So I have not personally used SkyScanner, but apparently SkyScanner is very awesome. It lets you set your home base for your travel destinations, and it just populates, like it will literally populate or whatever, and it keeps your home base and shows you the different rates, whether it's on the low end or the high end, and it gives you the opportunity to literally flex your dates. And like, okay, if you shift a few days later, similar to Expedia, but if you shift, whether you're cutting your trip short by a day or you're deciding to leave on a later date, yeah, it gives you like how you can save those coins. Like seriously, it's so helpful. Another thing, the best time to book domestic travel, just domestic, y'all. Some people always think to book in advance is like, yay, yeah, book your flights in advance. I wouldn't recommend. 2 things to really keep in mind: too early and too late. Well, like, yeah, no. That's the way to not save money, to not save coins. Those are the worst times to book flights. Too early, so too in advance, and then too close to your travel date. It's really expensive for some reason, and you think that, hey, okay, I'm booking in advance, that's helpful, but no, it actually just jacks the prices up for no reason at all. So 2 to 4 weeks is the best time that you should book domestic travel, and then anywhere from like 4 to 6 months in advance for international flights is go-to. It's key, y'all. It's key. Another thing, so everybody always likes to say that Tuesday is the ultimate shop around day if you're trying to book a flight. That is very true. However, there's 2 other days that people don't really talk about. Wednesday and Saturday are also ideal for booking domestic travel. I don't know when it came about, but it's true. Like, it's literally true. And I just want to let y'all in on a little secret, because I did not find this out until I moved up here to Dallas. Spirit Airlines, as well as Frontier, offers discounted rates if you purchase your airline tickets in the airport, y'all. Go to the airport, take the loss on that little bit of gas. I don't know, but it saves you at least $20. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm legit not kidding. If you're not too, caught up and uppity to wear like Spirit, you just can't rock with Spirit, because me and Spirit, it gets me from point A to point B. So I'm not opposed to it, especially when I booked tickets round trip for $30, y'all. for $30. Tampa to Atlanta. I went to Tampa. I flew out of Tampa to Atlanta probably like a couple weeks ago. Both ways cost me $31 in the airport. Like, you cannot beat that. I've flown home one way from Dallas to Tampa for 33 bucks. Spirit Airlines purchasing it in the airport is the best thing you can ever do. Don't say I've never done nothing for you. And apparently Frontier offers the same incentive. Just to keep that in mind. Another thing, another website that's similar to SkyScanner is Kiwi. It also lets you set your home base, and then it also just gives you deals. Like, it populates deals for you to wherever, like whatever destination you'd like to go to. It's definitely a helpful tool. And Kiwi, similar to Skyscanner, is also a very good site to browse. It also holds your home base, your home, I keep saying your home base, but your home airport. It keeps it stored in there, and then there's a section on there where it just literally shows you like cheap destinations. So if you don't have any trip in mind, you just want to get up and go somewhere and you have the flexibility to do so, Kiwi is definitely a site that you should go to just to see, like, okay, hey, like, where I want to go somewhere, what's cheap, I want to go. Like, just get up and go. That's very awesome that they offer that feature. Another thing, okay, so there's two things that I always like to think about when I'm preparing travel, and depending on your personal preference, it can go both ways. But so I have two things. You can either choose your destination and then plan your budget, or you can plan your budget and then choose your destination. Either way works. Either way literally works, y'all. Like, but me, I'm more so of a choose my destination and then plan my budget, just for the simple fact I always like have a destination in mind. Or if I'm going with a group or something and we all collectively decide on a destination, I plan my budget accordingly. So what you can literally do is, if you see, I don't know, there's like, I call them hot months. I kind of just go by, like for instance, you may not know exactly how much your trip will cost, but if you decide you want to travel somewhere in November or January, for instance, the price ranges should typically be around the same. So if you're just trying to not, like, if you're trying to plan a trip like way in advance or something, just pick a hot month to where the prices would typically be around the same budget. They would be in the same range. And if you want to plan backwards, and set your budget and then choose your destination, you can do that as well. And I call it like planning backwards, just for the simple fact that you kind of limit yourself in a sense, which is kind of okay. Like, I would like to take a trip and I don't plan to spend more than $1,500. Okay, so now at least you know what you're working with, and then you can choose destinations accordingly. That's cool too. Whichever one works, whichever one is your preference, go for it. Another thing, y'all, I'm bad at this, but it's something that going forward I am going to start to try. Cash is king. When you're traveling, cash is king, cash is key. Like, holding cash when you're going on, I don't know, domestic or international travel, it keeps you accountable. And the reason that I say that is, if you plan your budget, you've planned your budget, and you take that money out in cash, be very cautious, be very safe. I recommend keeping your cash on you, with you, just in case your bags get lost. I don't know, you know, things happen, so just be mindful of that. But cash keeps you accountable in the sense that, okay, if I don't have it, if I can't pick it out of my wallet, I don't need to be spending it. Period, point blank. Like, if you don't have it in cash, or you're running low or whatever, that's not, oh, I've ran out of cash, let me go ahead and swipe my card. Because see, now you're going over budget. So it's just kind of like a little note and a little thing that you can take into consideration, just to really keep yourself on budget. Okay, and I know a lot of people do not like to do this. But traveling in groups can really save you a lot of coins, just because you get to split the cost of wherever you're choosing to stay, be it a hotel, be it an Airbnb. Splitting the cost is like you actually save more as opposed to you just going by yourself or with one other person. You'll notice a big difference. But aside from that, go somewhere where you have a free place to stay. Like that, if I could give y'all any tip, that's the best tip. Like, especially if you're trying to stay on a strict budget, or if you have a tight budget, go somewhere where you have a free place to lay your head. Whether you have a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, hey, you know, I'm coming to your city, do you mind if I stay with you? Okay, like, it's just that simple. And those can tend to be places that you even frequent if you have friends or family in a certain location. Okay, bring you can go purchase a little air mattress or something, but it definitely beats hotel and Airbnb cost. What else do I have for you guys? Of course, plan ahead and keep your dates flexible, just because what I said in the beginning, shifting your travel or shortening your travel by a couple of days makes a big difference. Also set up alerts. So with Google Flights, oh, and this is gonna be another tip, but with Google Flights, setting up alerts is key, because you can literally pop in your email address, and whenever that flight has gone down, you can immediately hop on it. Okay, this is more of an ideal price limit for me, so let me just go ahead and book it. That's another thing. And then just compare between booking direct flights and flights with layovers. Layovers are not always ideal options, and sometimes it saves you money, but other times direct is cheaper. So don't let anybody tell you like, oh yeah, you know, I need to get a flight with a layover so it can be cheaper, because it doesn't always offset costs, and it's always not beneficial to you. Another thing, whatever airline you have ever flown with, become a rewards member. Every airline, well, pretty much every airline I believe, has like a little sign up process where you can become a frequent flyer. Well, no, it takes status to become a frequent flyer, I'm sorry, but become a rewards member to the point where you can accumulate points, and then depending on how many points you rack up, if you're a frequent flyer, I guess in a sense I kind of am, you can redeem those points for flights, guys. You can literally use your points that you have worked up and buy a flight. I've done it on Southwest probably like 3 times already, and I've just been like, I feel like I won the lottery when I get to buy a flight with points instead of my own money. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything that I wanted to say. Oh, and one last thing. I know traveling during the holidays is a big thing, anywhere from Thanksgiving, Christmas, the New Year. Those are definitely like hot times to travel. You know, it's just that time of year. I would recommend anywhere from June to August is when you should be looking at booking flights for the holiday season. Okay, so those are my tips and how to travel on a budget. You guys definitely have 2 more. Yeah, there's 2 more budget videos that I have coming up shortly after this one. I hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I helped you out in one way or another. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.